What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. No tank top tonight. Just gonna make a quick video. At least I'm trying to make this quick. Okay. So there's a rumor out there that PlayStation is trying to go away from having games on PC. Now it's just a rumor right now. I gotta be honest with you. I don't like this. You can say whatever you want about me, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna pretend like like it doesn't matter. Like no, this is horrible news for me. If PlayStation takes games off of PC, this is horrible news for me. If they stop bringing exclusives, they're exclusive to PC. This is not good for me. I don't like, as a gamer, I don't like this because I prefer to play on PC. So this would be less games on the platform that I prefer. Why would I want that? I'm okay waiting for the exclusives to drop. PlayStation gamers can have them first. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay to wait so I can play the better version of the game. Now, before anybody decides to start typing, before you decide to start typing, I want to explain something to you right now. Currently, in my house right now, okay, we have two PS5s, all right? And they're both the base PS5s, all right? But we have two PS5s in my house, okay? We also have a PlayStation Portal, all right? I say that to say this. If I want to play PlayStation games, I can play PlayStation games, okay? We have two Xboxes. We have an Xbox Series X and we have an Xbox Series S, okay? If I want to play Xbox games, I can play Xbox games, okay? We have two gaming laptops, one with a 1660 Ti and one with a 4070, okay? RTX 4070. I could play PC games on that, all right? We also have two PCs, all right? We have my PC, which has a 9070 XT, right? And then we have my son's PC, which has a RX 7600, okay? We have two PCs, all right? So two laptops, two PCs. And then when it comes to handheld, all right, we have the original Asus ROG Ally Z1 Extreme version. See, a lot of people don't know that when the Asus dropped the Asus ROG Ally, the white one, they dropped two versions. They dropped the Z1 and then they dropped the Z1 Extreme version. I got the Z1 Extreme version. I still have that. I gave it to my youngest son, Julian, and he loves that thing, okay? We also have a Lenovo Legion Go first generation, which belongs to my other son, okay? And then I have the most powerful handheld in my house is the Xbox ROG Ally X, okay, with the Z2 Extreme AI chip in it, right? I say that to say, oh, and we have four Nintendo Switches. I say that to say this, okay? You laughing at me for games being exclusives to a platform does not make sense because I have access to that game. You're gonna look like an idiot if you think that it's a haha moment to me. I'm speaking about me specifically. Like, haha, Doc, this isn't that. Somebody tagged me. Shout out to Glass. I think his name is Glass Gamer or something. Talking about where you're gonna play Wolverine or some stupid things like that. And it's like, dummy, I got two PlayStations. Like, so again, I can play the game. I have the platforms to play the game, but I don't want to have to turn on a different box that doesn't benefit me, that doesn't even benefit you. Listen to this. Doc can play the same game that you can. Are you going to have more fun because I got to turn on a different box? Do you see how stupid and how pathetic you look? The fact that you're celebrating exclusives. Because that's what it comes down to. You are celebrating exclusives, and what you're celebrating is the fact that somebody has to turn on a separate box. You idiot. That's exactly what you're celebrating. I can play the same games that you can play, but you want me to have to turn on a separate box. Why? Why would you champion this? I don't understand this. This goes for Xbox fans too. Xbox fans that want the return of Xbox, meaning the Xbox is going to have exclusives again. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Again, back in the day when things were different, things were different. Don't compare it to back in the day. A Nintendo 64 and a PlayStation 1 were completely different. One was cartridge based, one was disc based, right? So completely different. The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are pretty similar. They can run the same. Listen, I know they lied to you and they told you that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart could only run on the PlayStation 5 because of the SSD. It could run on the Xbox Series S. It could run on a Steam Deck. So stop it. Stop. But this is bad. For me, as a true gamer, this is good for the PlayStation pony non-real gamer that thinks that their box is better because they get to play a game that nobody else gets to play, when in reality, I could still play the same game. I really need to hammer that home. You're claiming that your PlayStation 5 is better because you can only play a certain game on that box, when I could play the same game on that same box. But that's what you want. You want me to have to buy the box to play the game. This is the only place you can have access to it. Okay, so then I have to buy the box. That's what you want. You want me to spend money on a It's the only thing that we do software where there's no music like that. There's nothing else like that. If think about it. If you bought a DVD player that could only play Sony DVDs or Sony DVD, imagine if Sony movies only worked on Sony DVD players. Like, would you accept that? Would that be cool? Would you want that? Would you want Sony movies to only work on Sony DVD players? You wouldn't. That would be stupid, right? That's the same thing with exclusivity. I'm not happy with this because it's gonna force me. So whenever PlayStation does drop a game that I want to play, it's gonna force me to have to connect my PS5 to my freaking TV, and I just don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like having two devices connected to my TV. For what? For what? It's pointless. The best thing that I could have done this generation was go to PC and see how stupid console exclusivities are. But here's a double-edged sword to that. Sony, you should listen to your fans. You should listen to your hardcore fans. If your hardcore fans want exclusives, do it. If your hardcore fans are stupid enough to be manipulated by thinking that an exclusive makes their box better instead of actually the features that the box has, do it. I ain't mad at you. Cater to your fans. If it makes you lose fans by putting games on PC, I get it, Sony. Do what you got to do. For me, though, I'm disappointed by this news. I am mad. I am salty. Make your salty videos, whatever you want. I don't need to lie about it. See, you're not going to catch me lying like, oh, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I do care because eventually Sony is probably going to drop a game that I care about. Insomniac is goated, bro. This generation, Insomniac has been phenomenal. And even though I'm not a Wolverine fan, and I'm not going to pretend to be a Wolverine fan just because that's the next game that's coming out, I want to see the next game that Insomniac is going to make. You know, I want to see it. But now, if this rumor is true, now it's just a rumor, I might have to connect my PS5. And that's going to make you happy that I have to turn on my PS5? That's weirdo energy. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace. It's strange to me.